Introduction. This unit gives knowledge of hands-on experience to use SQL. It focuses on the creation, modification, deletion and manipulation of tables. Objectives. The objectives of the unit are to understand how to. Dear learners, so far we learned the database foundation, analysis and design. Now it is time to implement the database design by using a tool. The Oracle is used for implementation. However, there are other tools also available such as MS Access. Introduction. This unit gives knowledge of hands-on experience to use SQL. It focuses on the creation, modification, deletion and manipulation of tables. Objectives. The objectives of the unit are to understand how to create tables, alter the tables, delete the tables, insert rows into a table, manipulate simple queries, use built-in functions, manage multiple tables. SQL Introduction. SQL is the abbreviation of Structured Query Language. It is pronounced as SQL or SQL. It has become a standard language for creating and querying the relational database. The users can manipulate database tables with little experience by applying simple commands. SQL command modes. The SQL commands are implemented on mainframe computers, client-server environment, or personal computers. There are two modes of implementation, which are embedded. The SQL commands are placed inside the host program and are executed along with it. Interactive. The SQL commands are placed and executed on SQL prompt directly. SQL users. The database administrator may define many SQL users just like a network manager defines the network users. Every user has its own username and password assigned by the database administrator. The SQL provides two default generic users. DBA, the username is system and password is manager. Generic user, the username is Scott and password is Tiger. However, the SQL user on PC may create new DBA, then may create many users. SQL data types. Dear learners, let us now discuss various data types that SQL supports. These are character. CHAR is the abbreviation of character data type. The character values consist of upper or lowercase letters, numbers, or special characters such as plus, minus, dollar, and many more. The maximum length is 255 characters. Here is the general form. The general form starts with reserved word CHAR, followed by required length enclosed in parentheses. Number. The number data type values consist of digits from 0 to 9 with an optional prefix plus or minus sign or a decimal point. 40 digits is the maximum width of a value. The decimal point, plus or minus, if any, are not counted as digits. The number data type takes two forms. Integer. The integer number data type consists of integer numbers with optional plus or minus sign. Here is the general form. The general form starts with a reserved word number followed by required length enclosed in parentheses. Real. The real number data type consists of real numbers. Here is the general form. The general form starts with a reserved word number followed by required length. The required length consists of integer and real part separated by comma and enclosed in parentheses. Date. The date data type stores values from January 1st, 4712 BC to December 31st, 4712 AD. The date data type has fixed length and is not required to be defined. The date data type takes many forms, but the default form is as shown. Here is the general form. Commands. Dear learners, now it is time to discuss SQL commands, which are grouped as data definition language, data manipulation language, data control language. The data definition language is used to define the table, alter the table, drop or delete the table, establish certain constraints on the table. The data manipulation language is used to mainly querying the table, updating the table, inserting rows into the table. The data control language is used to maintain security of table, administration of privileges on tables. Let us now discuss updating rows. Dear learners, the change in already existed data is a frequent practice for various reasons. This can be accomplished by update command. The general form starts with a reserved word update followed by table name, followed by another reserved word set, followed by list of columns, and optionally at the end follows where condition. The column list contains columns separated by comma and each with new value. Dear learners, consider the table student. Let us discuss some queries that update rows. The query is update program of student from BS to MS whose registration number is equal to 2. The select command applied is the output of this command. It is important to note that if it is required to update single row, then where condition shall be applied on primary key or alternate key. If it is required to update many rows, then where condition shall be applied on secondary key. If it is required to update all rows, then where condition must not be specified. Deleting rows. Dear learners, the removal of unwanted existing data is a frequent practice for various reasons. This can be accomplished by delete command. The general form starts with reserved word delete from, followed by table name, followed by optionally where condition. Dear learners, consider the table student. Let us discuss some queries that delete rows. Student whose registration number is 2. Command applied. The output of this command is. Dear learners, multiple rows may be deleted as shown.